Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the Week 2 battle, going into the Week 2 battle. We're here. Little Cup, so adorable. I hope you guys are excited. If you guys are, show some love on that like button. If you're new, subscribe for more Draft League content. Definitely go check out my man Emil. He has a spooky, scary team. I am nervous going into this matchup. It is built different. He is built different. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. We're walking into this match 1-0, which is always a good thing. However, week 1, you're either 1-0 or you're 0-1. You know, at that point, you got to kind of scale from there. So, Emil lost his last week. I won mine last week. That means literally nothing. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can make happen here. It definitely has, like I said, spooky scary team. There'll be some text floating somewhere on screen in post-production. If you want to hop right on ahead of the battle, I always recommend you guys watch the team builder, especially in Little Cup, so that way you guys know what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it, because the Little Cup sets are always so fun, man. Always so fun. I always have a blast with them. Leave a like. I've already told you to do that. How many times can I do a call to action in this video? Let's go on ahead and start to see some teams. You're gonna see them appear on screen right about now. My opponent has a team that consists of Cutie Fly, Drillbur, Alolan Grimer, Gimme Ghoul, Snover, Riolu, Axew, Nosepass, and Slowpoke. Some things to note about my opponent's team: no Toxic Spikers, thankfully. The only form of hazard removal is in Drillbur, 2 Rockers in Drillbur and Nosepass, a Sticky Web user in the form of Cutie Fly. Yeah, it's looking like a matchup if I've ever seen a Pokemon game. This definitely, we've got a work cut out for us. I mean, there's so many hard hitters on the team. Drillbur, Alolan Grimer, Riolu, Axew could show up. Nosepass and Slowpoke have like some great synergy and can very easily like switch around between that and Alolan Grimer to catch Snover off guard if it's going to break. So let's go ahead and start breaking it down. First Pokemon on the team we are bringing is Diamond the Snover. He's holding his Choice Scarf with the Snow Warning ability. We have Blizzard, Leaf Storm, Icy Wind, and Weather Ball. 36 EVs in HP, 36 in defense, 180 in special attack, 36 in special defense, 196 in speed with a timid nature. With this spread, we are outspeeding the entirety of Emil's team, barring any Choice Scarfers, which is great. The 36 EVs in defense will bring us to 12. So the Snow Boost will give us that 1.5 times, bringing us to 18. 180 is the maximum special attack investment we can go. Same thing with the leftover in HP and special defense, just to be a little bit more well-rounded. Move of choice really this week is going to be Blizzard. Unless Slowpoke does show up, then we'll want to click Leaf Storm. I do have the Icy Wind for some late-game speed control, potentially. If I do need to bring Snover in against maybe like Cutie Fly in the endgame, go for an Icy Wind. If it's not running the, gosh darn, the Shield Dust ability, if it's running Sweet Veil or Honey Gather, I guess. Drillbur, same thing. If I need to slow it down for one of our slower mons, so be it. Weather Ball is there because he does have Riolu, which has Prankster, and Riolu does get other forms of weather. So if he thinks that I'm going to be a little bit too dependent on weather to hit my Blizzards, I can predict that, go for a Weather Ball, and then hit him with a, you know, base 100 power fire move or water move, whichever weather that he ends up wanting to set it up there. Next up, we are bringing Sun the Mudbray. He is holding his Eviolite with the Stamina ability. We have Rest, Curse, Sleep Talk, and Heavy Slam. 196 EVs in HP, 36 in attack, 36 in defense, 156 in special defense with a Adamant nature. With this spread, this is mainly to help us be a little bit more specially bulky. We're obviously going to rack up defensive buffs with Stamina. Heavy Slam, the only Pokemon that resists Steel on his side of the field is going to be Slowpoke. I don't necessarily know if it's Slowpoke's matchup, quite honestly. I've got some Pokemon that can really punish it, just hit it very, very hard. So if Slowpoke doesn't show up, Heavy Slam is just, it just looks good. It just looks good at the end of the day. Rest, Curse, Sleep Talk, you guys already know the vibes. Next up, we are bringing Pearl the MUNCHLAX. She is holding her Assault Vest with the Thick Fat ability. Body Slam, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, and Earthquake. We are running 236 EVs in attack, 196 in defense, 76 in special defense with an Adamant nature. With this spread, we are doing as much damage as we possibly can while keeping the most amount of damage investment, most investment in defense for some of the physical threats. 76 EVs in special defense brings it to 16, so the Assault Vest, the 1.5 times, will be at 24 for the special defense. We need this for 2 reasons. One, a return Snover on Emil's side of the field can do a lot of damage to us. Gimme Ghoul can be a little bit problematic with a Nasty Plot set. Same thing with like a Quiver Dance Cutie Fly, Calm Mind or Nasty Plot Slowpoke. So I want to make sure that I've got a Pokemon that's really there and locked in, ready to take that. Always good to have my immunities. I don't want to let something like Gimme Ghoul get out of hand. It is slow, but it does have a very like decent special attack, and with a Nasty Plot, it could catch me off guard. So want to make sure that I've got a catch all to that. Next up, Blue the Squirtle. He is holding his White Herb with the Torrent ability. We have Shell Smash, Bite, Wave Crash, and Ice Punch. 244 EVs in HP, 132 in attack, 76 in defense, 4 in special defense, 12 in speed with an adamant nature. With this spread, we are getting the most bulk that we can while keeping a good amount of damage output after a Shell Smash. With that in mind, the speed will put us above the entirety of Amel's team at +2. Bite is really nice just for some neutral ground coverage into a lot of mons that I can't really hit otherwise, namely something like a Slowpoke. Does also have a 30% chance to flinch as well. Base 60, not too bad there. I know Squirtle does get Ice Spinner. Ice Punch and Ice Spinner, when you put them into a level 5 calc, like virtually the same damage. So this one has a 10% chance to freeze. There's no terrain that either of us could foresee bringing, at least on my end, so Ice Punch just made the most sense. And then Wave Crash, there were some rolls against something like a bulk up Riolu against a bulkier Eviolite Alolan Grimer, where Wave Crash was being able to pick up just a little bit more against those as opposed to Liquidation, so I wanted to go for that one instead. Next up, Green the Tentacle. She is holding her Eviolite with the Clear Body ability. We have our second Eviolite user. We have Flip Turn, Knockoff, Toxic Spikes, and Rapid Spin. 196 EVs in HP, 116 in attack, 196 in speed with a Jolly Nature. With this spread, we are outspeeding Riolu and below. We are speed tying the Drillbur. We do not outspeed the Cutiefly, but with our Eviolite and our type investment, not too necessarily worried about going up against the Cutiefly in a 1v1 here. Clear Body is going to prevent us from losing any sort of stats. If he does end up getting webs, we need to switch off. We will never get, we don't need to run boots. We won't have our speed lowered by the webs. Flip Turn is good for the pivot momentum. Knockoff is always great to have. Rapid Spin in case of webs, in case of rocks. I want to get those off the field, especially for things like Squirtle and for Snover. Toxic Spikes, if I can get the Alolan Grimer in, or if I can force the Alolan Grimer out, or if it doesn't show up, being able to get a Toxic Spike up, being able to just get something a little bit worn down in our favor could go a long way. Last but not least, I had a hard time figuring out a 6 slot for this mon. I did. There was like Magnet Rise Voltorb. There was like Sash, Rock Blast, Glimmet. There was a few, Heavy Metal Bronzor was in this slot. There's a bunch of different mons in this slot, but ultimately I settled on Shield. Shield the Impidimp, he is holding his Focus Sash with the Prankster ability. We have Nasty Plot, Draining Kiss, Burning Jealousy, and Dark Pulse. We have a lot of investment in our bulk HP defense and special defense, and then we do have 196 EVs in speed with a Timid nature. So with this, we are outspeeding Snover and below. Things like Burning Jealousy will always hit that super effectively 4 times, of course. It also is going to prevent something like a Riolu from wanting to set up on us with like a bulk up. We can go for a Burning Jealousy on the stat boost, go for there. Same thing with like Rapid Spin from Drillbur. If, predicting the switch, Rapid Spin gets a speed boost, Burning Jealousy then burns it from there. So I think it's got a lot of potential there. Dark Pulse is nice, obviously, to break things like the Slowpoke and the Gimme Ghoul. Draining Kiss, good for the longevity of our Impidimp, being able to get that recovery off, especially if we can get a Nasty Plot off. And then at the very end of the day, if Axew gets out of control, we do have a Fairy type here in Impidimp in order to take that on. So that is going to be the team. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys at the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with week 2 in the cutest draft league you've ever witnessed, the BBR Little Cup Season 10. My name is CBAD, coach of the Detroit Steel Wings. We are going up against my guy, Amel. Very excited for this matchup. Hope you guys are as well. Leave a like if you're excited. Subscribe for more draft league content. If you guys missed the team builder, you guys can see the 6 that I am bringing on screen. And yeah, I will see you guys at preview. All right, we do have, everything that I either didn't want to see or genuinely excited not to see the Slowpoke or the Nose Pass. I'll say that much. It is going to be a Snover match off, that's for sure. Give me Ghoul. Give me Ghoul to be in there is nice. Okay, nice little spin blocker there. Off rip, I don't genuinely hate something like Mudbray, because like Web's lead feels bad to me. Web's lead feels bad into me, but like we don't take much and we can always like flip turn around and do some stuff there. So let's lead off with green. Let's lead off with green. I think that's going to be my best play for that. Yeah, because Blizzard has a chance to KO if it's not Focus Sash, Cutiefly. How much is Bug Buzz doing to me with Snover? Bug Buzz is an OHKO on me if he wants to go that route, so I don't want him to go that route, quite honestly. I like Snover in this matchup, and I'd like to be able to remove webs. I'll need to remove Cutie Fly followed by Gimme Ghoul. Maybe the opportunity is leading off with the Cutie Fly, and I just Rapid Spin first with Tentacool. Maybe that's how we decide to play this game. Leads off with Shade, which is the Gimme Ghoul. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't ever knock me out. I will knock off and remove your item, though. Rattled. Okay. Nasty plot. Okay. So the speed is up. The plot is up. Let's just flip out of here. Still faster, which is nice. Something has to take a hit now, though. I think it's gonna be MUNCHLAX. There's Shadow Ball. Okay, good. What would I want to switch in on this on me? If Cutie Fly comes in, let's go for the Fire Punch. Power Gem. Okay, that's the other move. Oh, we'll eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we're going to take out the Gimme Ghoul off rip. Okay, so no more Spin Blocker. Cool. All right. That was a cool set. I liked that. Rattled. I would have never thought that. That's a fun one. I like that. Gimme Ghoul's fun. 75 base special attack. Okay, I was still looking at that. I was looking at the roaming set in Showdown here. So that's fine. Goes on to Victoria. Riolu. Okay. Body Slam never hurt nobody. If you want to take the opportunity to go for a bulk up, yup. Prankster bulk up. I'll try to snag a cheeky little para here. No paras. How is Mudbray doing into a +1 Riolu? I don't like it. Do I need Pearl anymore? I do. Yeah, I do. I don't. Gimme Ghoul's gone. Let's go for another Body Slam here. I'll go for another one. I got Tentacool in the back if I need to. There's the Earthquake predicting the Tentacool. I'll take that down to 10. Let me get another Body Slam off. We do snag the para on the second one. Beautiful. All right, and this is Eviolite. Am I faster? Let's find out. Probably not. Full para is rough. Should live this Body Slam, though. Full para, no. All right. MUNCHLAX. Doing MUNCHLAX things. MUNCHLAX KOs Riolu with Body Slam. All right. 2 down, 4 to go. MUNCHLAX, you are putting in the finest of work. I'm just going to let this guy sit in and take hits as much as it can. And hopefully go from there. We've got a lot of our HP to take on Snover. Low and Grimer can be tricky with the knockoffs, but I've got Curse Riolu or Curse Mudbray in the back. Here comes you. Here comes you. Yeah, honestly, Earthquake. Earthquake it up, brother. Knock off my AB. Go for it. There we go. Grimer, A, KOs MUNCHLAX with knockoff. Yep. All right. MUNCHLAX, buddy. Again, living up to all expectations here. Okay. I can take a knockoff pretty nicely, it looks like. I could also go out into Tentacool to remove this thing's item. Try to get a layer of Toxic Spikes up for something like Snover or Drillbur. Let's do that. Let's do that. I don't know what this thing wants to do to Tentacool. Tentacool can at the very least remove this thing's item. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. We know you have knock. You have knock, and you're faster than me? Not anymore, you're not. Not anymore, sir. All right. Cool. So I can just get my damage here. I'll get a T-Spike up. I'll force this thing back in. There's the knockoff again. That is going to knock me out. Do you want a blizzard? Do you want to build a blizzard? No Eviolite. Uh, 64 to 76 based on the investment? Low key. I dig it. Oh, that's not as much as I wanted it to be, though, unfortunately. Because now that's going to hurt me. So let's bait the poison move. We're going to go right out into Mudbray here. Resist the poison, boost our defense, because yowza. I am not. I thought I was much lower on Grimer than that. I don't want that. Not one bit. Not one bit. Golden Grimer base 25 speed and Scarf. Incredible. Little Cup is fantastic. There's knockoff. Okay, we're just knocking everything off. Get my stamina boost up. Alright, I have no Eviolite, but I'm +1 defense. I will simply go for the Heavy Slam here. Grimer is doing the Munchlax bit of sitting in as long as it can forever. And I don't want to let their Snover in for free. So I'm going to go for a Heavy Slam, which should hopefully two-piece it, along with Toxic Spike damage. He wants to remove the Toxic Spikes. He's got to switch out Grimer anyways. So to me, Snover makes like an ideal play. Should do over... Excuse me. If I can find my speaking voice today. Should do over half. We'll see. What's her crunch? Okay. Going for the defense drops. I like it. All right. I will go for rest here. I should live. I don't. Grimer, you are a mad lad. Okay. Unfort. Let's... I think we now go into Snover and we start clicking Blizzard. You have no Eviolite. Or you have no Scarf, excuse me. Alright, thank you, Snover. Alright, 3 down, 3 to go. Unfortunately, Grimer is also 3 down, 3 to go. I do have a Shell Smashing Squirtle in the bag. In comes Shelly. Okay. Are you Focus Sash? Bug Balls will knock me out. Your Eviolite. Okay, Pollen Puff. That also knocks me out, right? It does. Okay. I think I have to go into blue and try to Shell Smash. I think I have to. This was looking very favorable with MUNCHLAX, but that Grimer just set me back. That guy's, ooh. 80 base attack, stab knockoffs ain't nothing to mess with. Just U-turns. Okay. Maybe it was boots on Cutie Fly, because I didn't see it get poisoned by the Toxic Spike. Okay. Ice Punch. Seems to be doing a good amount of damage. I could go for Bite for the flinch. Let's try Bite for the flinch here. Seed Bomb! I'm gone. All right. That might be all she wrote there. Snover KOs Squirtle with Seed Bomb. Okay. Shielded is all down to you. Big burning jealousy here. Huge. All right. Bet. All right. I don't see a world where I can pull this one out, but I'm going to bring it as close as possible for differential. Sash is still intact as well. In comes Drillbur. Poison Jab should always knock me out here. At least bring me close. Yeah! All right. So after a haxy start to the game, Alolan Grimer just putting the work in all over me, unfortunately. But this is going to be a... you know what? I'm going to go for Burning Jealousy here just because. Go for the Sword Stance. Make my day. Poison Jab. Drillbur is going to bring it home. Alolan Grimer absolutely put in the finest of work this week. GG's to Amel. Definitely go show him some love. Link to his channel will be in the description as always. This is a tough matchup. Not going to lie. This is a very tough matchup. On paper, he's just got a lot of really good threats that I could not do it. And I think I was calling Impidimp Gimme Ghoul the whole time. So that was an Impidimp, not a Gimme Ghoul. That's on me. That's on me for looking at it. But either way, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, leave a like. Subscribe for more Pokemon Draft League content. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. And I'll see you guys next week for game day. Later.